So, what can you tell me happened last week? Anything at all? What skills have you seen in her?
I think she's laughing more. She's responding more verbally to her toys and to us.
So verbally, is she cooing or is she making
She's
any
cooing,
syllables?
and it seems like, it's really the beginnings of laughing out loud. I think she's already laughing. It's her sort of form of laughing, but it's not quite belly laughing yet. So I feel like that's kind of the new thing that's emerging this week, is her laughing at all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's, she'll find something funny in all kinds of toys this week. And it's pretty cool.
Last time I was here, she liked that happy face balloon. When I brought it in and took it out, she started just giggling, like a little chuckle, and then
she's
you go
doing
back and
that
forth
more
a lot.
often now.
I love that.
She has this little doll, and she'll grab it and hug it, and giggle. So
Oh, awesome.
she's getting there with the laughing.
Well, that's good. Okay, so how do you think she's doing visually? Do you think it's the same? Is she still using primarily her right eye?
She's definitely still using primarily the right eye, but it's in very good vision.
Right.
I mean, yesterday we were playing a lot with the bubbles. Her
Okay,
dad
good.
was on the phone.
Okay.
To keep her occupied. And
Uh-huh.
I was pretty far away from her. I mean, I
Really?
think I was at least 5 feet away from her, and I was kind of blowing them up in between us, but she was really
And how big were those
mesmerized.
bubbles?
They were like medium-sized bubbles.
Like a 2-inch?
There weren't any giant ones. They were like more like,
And she
maybe
was
2.
being able to follow those coming down?
She seemed like it.
Okay,
She seems
awesome.
fascinated by that.
Okay.
She doesn't seem like she wants them to touch her, though.
Yeah, I remember when they popped the last time.
Her interactions also this week, I wouldn't say I cat-sitted, but my best friend left town, so we went to visit her cat, and I kind of wanted to see what her reaction was, and she was really funny. The cat, starved for affection right now, so he was kind of like, nuzzling on her feet. She'd smile and kick at him. She was
Really?
kicking at him.
What color was the cat?
Orange. Like
yeah.
like a
Yeah, orangey.
Yeah.
Is it a tabby cat?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know. I don't know.
Kind of like a little bit of a tiger print in him, a little bit. But so we went a second day. I couldn't really tell if she liked it or she wanted him to touch her or not.
Right.
But then yesterday, she was giggling when he came and was rubbing on her and
Oh, that is
everything.
cool.
So
That's awesome.
her first interaction with an animal this week too.
Well, that's great.
She
That's
was
great.
interested.
Well,
And
that's-
I'm sure we got those, we got those interest juices flowing in your head. You were wondering what that thing was.
Did it purr? Was it doing that low
he
purr?
didn't
I'm wondering
really,
if it was an
I mean,
auditory
he
thing.
did, but not something that she
She
could
would hear.
feel or hear.
Okay.
I didn't even hear him, but
Okay,
he was just walking around us, meowing, and
that's awesome.
you were just watching your
Okay.
runny nose. We're fighting colds, aren't we?
All right, so today we're going to talk about setting up an environment that communicates. And obviously she's a little girl that loves to communicate with different things. And so we're going to try, in her little room, before we put some things in, I'm going to give her choices. I'm going to see if she can make a choice, which I think would be fun to watch because I have not seen that before. I know that when we give her a choice, she plays with it. And she has some favorites, but now it's sort of like, okay, you have 2 toys, and let's try and see what that. Today I brought a Slinky.
Cold.
And you may think, what is this Slinky about? So I brought a Slinky today. I thought we'd try that. And let's try another toy of hers. Let me try something different here. Okay, let's just try this. See the difference when you do this against the contrast of the back of this? Where you can see how visual, oh, look at her look at that visually. Are you watching that? Huh? Oh, look at that Slinky. Yes, my love. Ooh, do you want to touch it? That's a Slinky. You want to touch it? Whoa, well, good. Use the other hand. You see that Slinky? It moves up and down. Up and down. But see how visual it is? That's the exciting part. So we're going to put this in our little room today. But I wanted her to see how we use it. Oh my, look at that grip.
Yeah.
She's got it on both hands. And the last time she was just emerging, like putting it in one hand, both hands, and then the other hand would get it. Is she now easily transferring from one hand to the other?
It seems like it to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that, my love. Oh, we're going to put it to your mouth. Do you see it? Oh, and it springs back and forth. Up and down. Back and forth. Ooh.
Exciting.
I know. We're going to have to try it different ways. We might do it with her hands sometimes. We might do it with her feet sometimes. Because sometimes if she can kick it, see how much movement? And again, we want to make a toy with such little effort gives them a maximum, outcome, such this would be, All right, now let's see how interested she is in her ball. Here's your ball. Which one do you like the best? I think that's pretty clear. I'm going to try you on the other side next. I want to make sure it wasn't just because it was on that right side that she picked it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a new toy. I think you like new toys, don't you, my love? Don't you love it? Huh? Do you see the toy? And it does bounce up and down and side to side. And you can get these in different colors. You can get them in multicolors. I'm going to put it over here now. And I'm going to show her the ball or the slinky. Which one? Which one? I think there's a definite choice there. She
Right.
knows what she likes. She's a girl that knows what she likes. Very nice.
Good job. You want the green
I
slinky,
know,
huh?
and look at her using her whole body to reach for that slinky. Oh my
Wow,
goodness gracious.
exciting.
I know it is exciting, isn't it? That ball's pretty neat too. What do you think? You like the slinky better or the ball? Good, shifting her gaze there. Oh, I like the slinky better. I like that slinky better. Uh-oh. So again, I'm going to try it on the opposite side. Here's the ball. Or the slinky. Which one? Every time. Like I said, she knows exactly what she likes in the world. Good job. Good job. She gets so excited her whole body moves. Yeah, you see that? Goes up and down. And this is great contrast against this back. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so now we know we're going to put that one in your... Let's try another couple toys. We're going to see which two toys you like the best. Oh, which one? Which one do you like the best? I think you like this one. Is this one fun? The dollar store special here. Say, I like this one. I like this one. It's got great texture and color. I like this one. Oh, and I'm going to eat it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is switch sides now. All right. Because we know her right side is her better eye, so we want to make sure that we offer. Oh, you like that one now? Okay, we can look at that ball. See the ball with the rattle? Oh, turn it over. Did she have that swallow study?
That's the 16th.
That's also on the 16th.
Oh, that's the 16th, and then 2 days later is her surgery.
Oh, the 18th. Okay. All right, let's see which one. Did you do that? Oh, did you see that? I don't know which one, but you like that one again. Now it's to the right side. That's the one I like. I think these are sort of equal. Oh, we dropped it. We dropped it. Look at both first, and then you know which ones you want. Oh. Which Put your hand on that one. Oh, shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. Alrighty. So these are pretty equal. There's not like a huge preference over one or the other, which is nice to see.
Not like that slinky.
Yeah. I just wondered if she heard that or she was just visually watching the balls go down. I'll have to check that in a minute. All right, my love. You ready? You ready to go play? We could maybe use some tape or something to that effect.
Yeah, I have masking tape.
Oh, look at her. There she goes. Move your this off here so we can watch her from the top and see how she's moving in there. All right, let me see if I can, I'm just going to play with her a little bit here, and let's see. I'm going to turn on the snail because that's one of her favorite things. See how she hears that? Did you hear that? I like this one. This one's a favorite of mine. The homemade one.
Right.
Oh, look at that grab. That's awesome.
And I have noticed her doing that more too. She'll snag it with the one hand, you know, and then,
Bring the other one to it.
yeah. You know, she's just like making sure that she gets it somehow. It doesn't matter which hand anymore. She'll just get it and,
Right.
and then study it.
After a while, it's so easy to just stand here and just watch her stare and watch her play. But you do see her improving her skills
It does.
as she's doing
honestly,
that.
it looks like she's trying to grab the balls now.
Right.
Instead of, I feel like she's grabbed the tin so many times. She's
Right.
like, okay, I know what that is. Now I want to get to these red balls.
Right.
That's what she's trying to do.
Yeah. Oh, she got it. Here we go. Now, what you could do if she is trying to explore that, because we do have it up sort of high, we could lower that a little bit
So that she can.
so that if she's not like reaching up there and those, yeah, because she's got a good hold of it though. She's got a good grasp of it. Look how great that grasp is.
And she's getting better at manipulating, just like you're seeing.
Yeah, yeah.
We have that little mirror, and to me, the smaller it is, the more I swear
She's
she'll
looking
look
at it?
that one. She
Okay.
won't look at the big one.
That
I think
little mirror
she
there?
stares into the snail one here. No, not that one, because she can't really manipulate that one very well.
I know which one is, like that little flower one.
Back of that, and she's getting good to where she
She's
can
really got, oh, you know what she's trying to do? She's trying
manipulate
to put it in her mouth now. She's pulling it down with both hands and she's putting her lips up there. So I think it's just tiring her out right now though. But she had both of them and she was pulling down. You can see her lip. Let me see if she sees this over here. Oh, do you see the mirror? You want the mirror? That might be a little easier. Oh, you see the mirror? I see Ryan. I see Ryan. Oh, good girl. Which one? Okay, so now let's do this then. Because Paula wants her to work more on the opposite side, let's try to put some of these things over. Matter of fact, I'm thinking we should move it over here because this is a favorite. Oh, this is they're very creative,
Yeah,
Mom. Oh, what are we going to do? You see that? Ooh. The last time I was here, she wasn't that interested in the book. Has she become more interested in that book?
Yeah, she's
It's got some really great textures in it, so.
She's been slightly more interested in it. She grabs at it. Right now, I think she's trying to figure out
Yeah,
what's attached to this new green thing.
I know. She definitely likes new toys. You bring her a new toy, she really wants to know more about it. Because every time I bring a new toy and introduce it, she's like, oh, I'm all over it, you know?
Mhm.
Oh, look at that. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Miss Ryan?
Yeah, that's a first attempt at my sewing project in front of your right knee. I need to
Oh, right
tie
here?
it up. I need to do different stuff to it, but
When you said you sew, I was thinking, boy, you don't hear many people say they get out the sewing machine and sew anymore. That's great. You got that skill.
she's fighting me on the diaper changing and get her focus onto something else. I mean, she definitely likes to look at it, but she's getting smart too, because she tries to look to see where it's coming from.
Really?
And not just the reflection on the wall or wherever I'm shining it.
Right.
Well, it just seemed like she was looking at where it was coming from. Maybe she could see it glowing. She could see the bright light.
Well, I think anything like that, she's going to be really attracted to it. Ryan. Ryan. We're going to get out. I wish you could hear how loud it is here, because it's just echoes when you put it. We're going to get you out. Give me your arms. Miss Linda's going to pull you out. Ready? We're going to get out, out, out. Let's get out. I know it. Oh my goodness gracious. Guess what? We're going to sit in your chair. Hi. I like that smile. Hi. You ready to sit down? I know it. Oh, look. Do you see that? Look. Oh, we got one. Oh, where'd he go? You want to feel it? Oh, it's like my hair. It's like my hair. You see? Oh my goodness gracious. That close inspection, you see that? Make sure she stays in here. You see it? Is it soft? It's really not a feather duster, but it is a duster. It's a duster. I see the duster. So things that aren't really supposed to be toys can end up being our toys. As much as you just learned, just making a toy, she loved that little tin. Oh, it got your face. Oh, it got your face.
Eye.
Oh.
Is it getting your eye? Whoa. Oh.
Mommy's gonna wipe your nose. Oh,
Sorry,
there's that
sorry,
arching. There we go. Oh, let's give her a verbal cue before the next one.
Okay,
We'll say, wipe
sorry.
your nose. Did you see
Hi,
that?
then she's really gonna move.
That's okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I know, Miss Linda.
Oops.
Wow.
Boy, she's taking off with this.
That
But it tickles her
tickles.
face. Does it tickle your face? Does it tickle your face? Oh my goodness. Are you trying to get away from it? Maybe. Are you trying to get close to it? It's just, she puts her head down. That's a good way to keep her head back. That is so funny. You are such a funny girl. You are such a funny girl. I was doing these little mailers for the Christmas, and she was doing it, and all of a sudden she realized how visual they were, and how, oh, look at this. Woo! You like that, don't you? That red. Woo, is that pretty? Is that pretty? Which one do you like better? We got gold. Ooh, so exciting. We have the gold and we have the red. Ooh, good looking. How about if I do it this way? Look, which one do you like? Ooh. Which one do you like now? Ooh. Ooh, nice looking. Which one do you like now? Oh, my love bug. You may see it? You can touch it. It feels funny. It's got bumps on it. You feel it? Oh my goodness, you do like that, don't you? It's so much fun. Okay, let's try something else before we. Yes, I mean, we talked about you can do things like with stripes or large. But given that she's seeing these things, I mean, her vision, brightly colored objects are really great for her. Just not, and I think the pale, what you just found out about this, it's a pale color, so it's not that interesting. But once you brightened it up, it was much more of a toy that she would interact with. And everything else in here is brightly colored, which is great. And you've got great contrast too against different things, like this red is against the white. You've got sort of a reflective, board over here that brings in different lights and such. This is nice and bright as well. So she is definitely looking around. I mean, she's changed so much from the first time I met her. She was just gazing out the window a lot. Right. I mean, that's all we saw her do is gaze out the window. And now she's so involved in her world just by, presenting certain things to her. She just is so involved in it. And, I mean, she still looks out the window, but it's not like her primary,
She's definitely interacting with the environment more.
I mean, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Talking to it, touching it.
Right. Yeah. The whole 9 yards. Yippee! I heard that. Yippee!
For this week, then, I would like for you to, in the little room, once she becomes really acclimated with the toys in it, start changing around, change them out. But also, you can give her the choices that we did. Do you want let's say the slinky versus the snail, or do you want this or that, and see whether or not she chooses the one that she wants, and then when she chooses it, hang it up. Okay, so we'll just do that and just let her interact with that. And if you don't mind, do you have any questions at all about what we did today and what we were going to do for the week? Okay, I just need you to sign here today for my meeting today, and we'll meet next week at the same time. Sounds good?
Like a plan.
You got the things already? Thank you. Okay.